Hi everyone and welcome back. In the previous videos we have finished everything about the tenses in English. Of course not all tenses, but only the important tenses, what you need as a pre-intermediate or even intermediate. In today's video I'm going to start with the modals. Modals are kind of auxiliary verbs. We have only one rule here, which is the verb after modals always come in first form, which means like speak, spoke, spoken. Speak is the first form, so every time the verb after modals comes in first form. So let's start with the modals, the important modals we have. First thing we have can and could. Can is used to express ability, express three things: ability, permission, or probability. That's all. Ability, for example, I can swim, I can speak English. So my ability, I express my ability, I just show my ability. So I can swim, I can use a computer, or any ability you have. For permission, for example, can I leave early? I just ask permission. For example, you are a student in the classroom and you want to leave the classroom, you have to get the permission from the teacher. So say, can I leave now, or can I go now? Possibility we have, for example, like it can get very hot in the summer. So it's just a possible, maybe get very hot in the summer. Could is same thing, exactly like a can, but in the past form, and sometimes to express a polite request or suggestion. For example, in the past, ability is like can, but in the past, for example, when I was younger, in the past, I could run very fast. So here, instead of I can run very fast, I can run very fast now, in the present. But in the past, I could run very fast. Maybe now I cannot run very fast, but before, in the past, I could run very fast. Polite request, I can say in more polite request, like for example, not permission here, just a request, like could you please pass the salt? So here I just polite request. And suggestion, like for example, we could go to the park, we could go to the zoo, we could play football now. Just suggestion, I give a suggestion. The second thing we have may and might. For example, may is used for permission or possibility also. So every time you can use can instead of may, or may instead of can. Like for example, permission, may I come in? Or I can say, can I come in? Or you can say, shall I come in? And possibility, for example, it may rain later. Also, like for example, it can rain later. Here, say it may rain later. Might is used to express a smaller possibility. Like for example, it might snow tomorrow. You can say it may snow tomorrow, it can snow tomorrow. It's not like, also not like a very important word here, but just to express a small possibility. Must and have to. Must is important here, is used to express necessity or strong recommendation, something you must do. It's like a kind of command here. For necessity, you can say, for example, you must wear a seat belt. When you drive a car, you must wear a seat belt. It's not optional, you must do that. So necessity. Strong recommendation, for example, you must try this cake. You must try this cake. It is not command, but just a very strong recommendation. You must try this, is important for you. You must get your medicine, it's important. Have to, also same thing, but it's like commonly in everyday speech. It's not like not formal like must. In the must, we say that formally, but like informal way to say must, we can say have to. So it has the same meaning. For example, I have to finish my homework. Also, you can say you have to wear a seatbelt. You have to try this cake. You can say that every time. But must is more formal and it's like a command. Should also like must, but should not like a command here, or not like a very strong recommendation, but it's like a less strong recommendations, like advice more than advice. Like for example, you should see a doctor. Not you must see a doctor. You have to see a doctor. No, here you should see a doctor. Also recommendation, more like advice than a command. Would is used for polite request and offer. Every time would with the polite request. And sometimes in the conditional sentences. Like for example, in the polite request, would you like some coffee? Just question. And in the conditional with the if I were rich, I would travel the world. So just condition. If I were rich, I would travel the world. Maybe I'm poor now. That's everything about the modals and thus also important modals.